Dear Lady Lovelace, or Enchantress of Numbers, as they call you. My name is Ayana Rose Wilma. I am in 5th grade and I go to the charter school of Morgan Hill. I am 10 years old and I live in San Martin, California. I hear that you have a talent for language and numbers. So do I, and I think I might be able to surprise you with some very sophisticated ways of communication. One of them is email. You can do this on lots of devices. You can send someone an email just like you would mail a letter to that person, except that they get it instantly instead of having to wait days or weeks. And you would send it to their email address rather than their mailing address. You can send them short messages telling them to come to your house, or whole stories that take an hour to read. I'm actually emailing you right now. You can do this all on a machine called a computer. The computer is a general-purpose computing machine whose design is similar to the analytical engine you worked on with Mr. Babbage. There are lots of computers around the world, and most of them are connected to each other through an amazing web called the Internet. I would love to talk to you on the phone about the program we wrote for the analytical engine. Oh, I forgot! You don't know about phones either. Phones have many different options. One of the main things you can do with them is to talk with someone without having to be anywhere near them. Most people have a phone number that corresponds to their personal cell phone, a house phone, or both. A cell phone is a mobile phone, and you can take it with you wherever you go. If you are friends with someone, you have memorized their number or written it down. You use this number to make a call, and when they receive it, their phone makes a certain noise, called a ringtone. You can change your ringtone if you want it to be different from others. The person whom you have just called picks up their phone and pushes a button to answer the call. Then you can talk with the person for as long as you want. Well, until your battery dies. These are some of the wonderful devices that I think have really changed the way we live. I hope that you got an idea of what it was like to live in this high-tech life. Your admirer from the future, Ayana.
Hi, my name is Emilia and I'm living in Mountain View, California. And I'm 6 years old. And I'm going to read my letter to Ada Lovelace. Hi, how are you, Ada? My name is Emilia and I'm 6 years old. I know you like planes and you tried to make one. There were 2 brothers named the Wright brothers, and they actually made one. Now there are planes that work with computers. So here's my drawing of planes. Talking about computers, they're not as big as Charles Babbage one. There even is a self-driving car. There are also coffee machines. So here is my drawing of a computer. My drawing of Charles Babbage's computer. My drawing of the self-driving car. And my drawing of a coffee machine. Do you like science? I do too. Do you like Charles Dickens? I do too. Do you like music? I play a guitar. There are machines for pizza. I love them. Also, there are clocks. Tiny. What's your time? Me. So here I have my drawing of a pizza machine and my drawing of a clock. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emily. I'm from Philadelphia and I'm 15. I'm here to read my letter to Ada Lovelace. Dear Ada, it is such an honor to be able to correspond with you. You have become a role model for all girls and women in science, technology, engineering, and math careers, and your accomplishments have set the way for the new generation of inventors and explorers. This new generation has created so many more advantages and advancements to better the world. Obviously, there have been drastic changes in the world of technology since you lived, Ada. Starting from the beginning, Our technology, household appliances, lights, and everything else that needs to be done by hand or by machine is powered through electricity. The electricity is gathered using several means, such as converting sunlight into power using special boards called solar panels, controlling the strong flow of water, and capturing the energy created from wind-powered windmills. To use electricity, an object must have its cable plugged into an outlet in the wall where the electricity runs through. A certain amount of energy is put out through the prongs and cable to the object depending on its function. The world has developed technology that allows incredibly faster communication than the post system of your time. In the 1870s, a device that is able to transmit sounds electrically was created by a man named Alexander Graham Bell. This device, called the telephone, allowed for better communication everywhere. People were able to talk to each other without ever leaving their homes. Transportation has also been developed to allow much easier transport and travel. Automobiles were created around the year 1886. These machines are similar to carriages, but instead of being drawn by horses, they were powered by a machine engine running on gasoline. Today's automobiles are called cars and have evolved to allow faster speeds and expanded to allow large amounts of people to travel in one vehicle. One invention that might interest you, considering your work with Charles Babbage on the analytical engine. This machine is called a computer. Like the analytical engine, a computer can solve sets of logical arithmetic operations automatically with its central processing unit. Today, computers are used for anything and everything. Using a computer, you can type papers, create programs, or even access the internet. The internet is an online database that is open to everyone with access to a computer. On the internet, you can find information, play games, and conduct business. There have been so many new developments in this world since their time, and these are only a few of them. It is incredible to imagine where the world will go next. Sincerely, Emily.
Hello, my name is Jenna Curtis. I am 16 years old, and I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dear Ada Lovelace, you are an incredibly inspiring person. I cannot imagine how hard your life was, or how you managed to do so much important work during it. You impressively continued to translate and create formulas. Nothing could deter your work. Though you may not know it, your studies completely changed the world as you lived it. After your life, different people used your notes as a base for technology that became more complex as people became interested in developing the technology that you imagined. The computers you predicted were invented, developed, and modified into something even more intricate than you could ever have dreamed. Computers have completely changed how the world works. They have evolved from room-filling machines to handheld electronics to microscopic devices that are used by international intelligence agencies. In the 16 years I have lived, I have owned many different versions of computers, ranging from large to small, bulky to sleek, and have used them in many different ways. They do so much more now than just solve mathematical equations. Computers are so normal in everyday life that many feel as if they are necessary for life, similar to water or oxygen. We use computers to communicate with others over far distances. Computers even connect to this incredible site called the World Wide Web, also known as the Internet, which enables us to access information and connect with other people from around the world. We use the World Wide Web as a way to use social media, which we use to share photos and information about our lives. People can come together from all parts of the globe to discuss or solve problems, or just talk to each other about life. Sadly, there is a sinister side to computers. Social media, which is a great tool to use, can be used in ways to harm people. The smaller computers we have reside in machines called phones, which can fit in a pocket and can be kept with us at all times. This is useful for contacting people, but it can also be consuming. Our phones can access the internet, and sometimes we are too engrossed in social media on our phones to pay attention to the things that matter, like relationships. The internet can be used to hurt people. On social media, many people leave mean comments, sometimes anonymously, that make people feel bad about themselves. This happens so often that we have a word for it: Cyberbullying. Some cyberbullying victims are so hurt by the comments that they commit suicide. However computers are portrayed, the truth is that you were the start of the technological revolution. You set into motion the creation of machines that have vastly improved lives and changed the way we interact. It is hard to imagine a world without computers today. Thank you for your contributions. Jenna Curtis.
Hello, my name is Kate. I am 10 years old and I live in Mountain View, California. Dear Ada, I come from a point in time where travel through time isn't available, but I just so happen to be communicating with you. Since you came from a long time ago, to me at least, I was very interested in technology and mathematics. I want to show you life here in America in the 21st century. I've drawn a picture of many different inventions made after your lifetime, but I think you will like one specific invention very much. I hear you are called the first computer programmer, so I would like to show you a special book. But unlike other books made of paper, this book is on an electronic. It's called an e-book, and it enables you to read a book anywhere you want, instead of bringing a book with you. This machine is very convenient when you cannot get a book but you still want to read, or you forgot your book. Even if you didn't buy or have the book, you can still read it on a small touch-enabled handheld gadget. Sincerely, Kate.
My letter to Ada Lovelace, and my name is Serena. And I am a sophomore at Little Flower High School located in North Philadelphia. Sophia, I am 16 years old, and I am not very interested in mathematics and building things, but I heard that you were, so I thought that you would like some of the inventions of the century, and I'm going to tell you about them now. I recently heard through the grapevine that you were some sort of inventor of the computer. I think that is really cool. I also think that you will be amazed with some of the ways we have advanced your original computer workings to make some really cool gadgets of today. The iPhone of today is something you would find very interesting. It is this little box, but it can basically do anything a computer can do and more. It can play music, take pictures, write papers for school, text people, write them a message, which is writing them a message that they will receive quickly, similar to a letter, just a lot shorter. And it can do so much more. I think you would be proud of how much people have evolved your small invention into something so much bigger and better. We also have appliances around the house that really make life easier sometimes. Some of these appliances include a blender to make delicious smoothies in. Dishwashers are also helpful in big families because it helps to sanitize and clean dishes much faster. Also, the washer and dryer are some of the most efficient things of modern technology. They help to wash a person's dirty clothes, and then if you are lucky enough to own a dryer, you don't have to hang them up to air dry after. One can just stick them in another machine to have it heat dry, which is really cool and time efficient. Another one of my favorite inventions is electronic television. There are these magical boxes, and somehow through antennas and also cable, the box captures these waves that are in the air and then projects this picture onto a screen from that channel. Depending the type of cable service one has, they could have billions of channels. Sometimes when a person doesn't like what the waves and the clouds in the sky are broadcasting, they can use another magical box to just slip in a tape recording, and this DVD player is connected to the TV, so the television shows the movie on the screen. This is all done through a crazy array of wires and different whatnot. It's pretty interesting to think about, but very confusing to me. I think you would definitely like technology of today. It is advanced far beyond when you were alive, but I think it is even more interesting than ever before and something you would really enjoy. I hope one day you can work on a computer I get to use every day and see how different it is from yours. I hope you enjoy this letter. Sincerely, Serena.
Hi, I'm Sonja, and I live in New York City, and I'm 10 years old, and this is my letter. Dear Countess King, you would like so many things about the 21st century. Technology has come so far since your amazing accomplishments in the 1800s. After years of work from great engineers not unlike yourself, humans have devised many unthinkable things, such as the computer, the airplane, and the calculator. The computer is a compact device with a sort of brain that is programmed to do many things. It can answer questions, display pictures, and send messages thousands of miles in just a second. This is called email. A computer could have been useful in your time, could it not? It was a lifetime dream of yours to fly, if only you could be here now. We have wonderful machines now called airplanes that enable you to really fly. They can take you almost anywhere in several hours. Think, to truly have the world at your fingertips? Oh, Ada, it truly is amazing. They just lift you up and take you to Egypt or China, even Australia. The airplane truly is a miracle machine. We people in the 21st century really have had some wonderful ideas. You would have loved this one, a calculator. This device can solve any mathematical problem that you can think of in the blink of an eye. Your friend, dear old Charles Babbage's analytical engine is similar to this, although it has been developed over many years and come to this, the calculator, a magical machine, as I like to call it. I wish I could show it to you, friend. I can imagine your face. Just click, click, and its little brain gives you the answer. This last one will truly bring tears to your eyes, dear lady. All these years of illness and death, we are finally developing technologies to fight these tragedies. We have x-rays, which can see your insides and look for problems. We have stronger medicines which save you from minor illnesses and major diseases. And of course, we have cancer treatment like radiation, which kills cancer cells. Less and less people die from illness every year. So many people, including me, support this effort, having lost you, dear Ada, to it. So what do you think of the 21st century? I find it all quite revolutionary with the new inventions that have little minds of their own and all that. You must go now, though. It's getting late. Farewell for now, sweet girl. I will write again. Love and kisses, Mary Somerville.
Hello, I'm Alexandria. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And this is my letter to Ada Lovelace. Dear Ada Lovelace, today computers surround us. The 15-ton calculating machines in the 19th century have evolved into pocket-sized multi-purpose gadgets. After reviewing Charles Babbage's notes, you were one of the first individuals to notice the analytical engine's potential to be used for non-mathematical purposes, like composing music. The notes gained their fame when B.Y. Bowden, a fellow mathematician, added them into his book, Faster Than Thought, a symposium on digital computing machines. After the book release, you received numerous posthumous awards, and the notes you added have become staples in computer design. The first input of your ideas into modern computing happened with Alan Turing. Turing, a renowned mathematical genius ahead of his time, used your notes as a basis for creating a machine to win a world war. Using your documents, he suggested that machines could think in a time when the most basic use for computers had recently been established. Furthermore, your notes initiated the field of artificial intelligence via Turing and inspired the idea for the magnificent machine he built. Although the concept of artificial intelligence came from Turing's machine, John McCarthy coined the term 2 years after Turing's death in 1956. Officially, artificial intelligence is described as a computer system that can perform human tasks, such as translating languages, visualizing scenes, and making decisions. After Turing made his device, similar artificial intelligence machines were made to be used in espionage and warfare. To determine if the machines did possess artificial intelligence, they were subjected to the Turing test. The Turing test consisted of a woman, a computer, and the interrogator. By speaking with the woman and computer separately, the interrogator must determine to which he was speaking. By the year 2000, it was determined that the interrogator today would have less than 70% chance of making the right decision. But in the Turing's test's 22nd year of usage, no machine had even come close to passing. Artificial intelligence saves lives and breaks down barriers that, before this advancement, were deemed impenetrable. It is an essential part of our modern technology. In today's world, cars have the capability to stop a crash before it happens by detecting an object. Through webcams, cameras in one's computer, doctors can treat a patient without being in the same room. On our cell phones, miniature computers, artificial intelligence has made it possible for us to ask our devices questions orally, tell us our location, and talk to people miles away. Using artificial intelligence, we can break language and land barriers never breached before. Without you, Ada, none of these advancements would be possible. Thanks to your ingenuity and out-of-the-box thinking, you have saved lives and defeated obstacles. Your ability to see the hidden potential in the analytical engine was truly astounding. I'm sure it was not easy to overcome the gender barriers in 19th century England or to live without a father. I aspire to follow your example. Similarly to you, I also enjoy math and sciences and hope one day to accomplish a feat like yours. Yours truly, Alexandria.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Philadelphia, and this is my letter to Ada Lovelace. Dear Ada Lovelace, I am writing to you to discuss the future and how you have predicted the way it has become. When you were introduced to Charles Babbage's analytical engine, you had discovered much more than he did. You saw that the device had more to offer than simple calculations. Today, your theories that this engine could also work with symbols, music, and fundamentals are true. Technology in the 21st century is much more than just counting numbers. Today's engineers have developed pieces of technology that help the everyday person. We now have a device that can reheat food when you store it in a place that has been made to keep food fresh and save lots of money. Your notes on the analytical engine have made historians conclude you as the first computer programmer. You will find that things in your life have been advanced in a way that makes ours easier. We now have automatic devices that turn light on and off. We also have automobiles, which are large automatic inventions that make transportation a lot easier and quicker. In my opinion, if your concepts had been taken more seriously and had been more publicized, our world would have advanced a lot quicker. Unfortunately, your intelligence was not acknowledged because you are a woman. I am sure that you have had lots of other comments about the inventions of your time, but of course they were not recorded. In the 21st century, we could still use your method of thinking to help the engineers of our time. Your advanced thoughts in the 1500s could possibly still occur today. Your thinking may possibly put our world decades into the future. During your life, I feel as though people did not value education as much. Today, without an education, the odds of finding a well-paying job are very slim. Judging by your character and the amount of education that you received, you would agree that it is the key to success. Computers have been developed, and they are used for writing, researching, communication, and much more. One method that you came up with for Babbage's engine to repeat instructions is now called looping, and is used in today's computer programs. These devices are for basic control of everything in today's world. These things are actually making the human race a lot more lazy and is a hindrance in communication among people. Even though they were originally created for better communication, they are causing parents to become detached from their children and making them lack social skills. The generation of today is very consumed with electronics, and it does affect the way that they interact with each other. It has gotten to the extreme that their schooling is in jeopardy because of the excessive amounts they use these devices. Finally, Ms. Lovelace, I would like to thank you for your contribution to the engineering community. If it was not for your comments and notes on the analytical engine, we would not have an understanding on how people on your time thought of this remarkable breakthrough in technology. Sincerely, Amanda.
I'm Nicole. I'm from Philadelphia and I'm 15 years old. Dear Ada Lovelace, you would not believe how times have changed. Since your time, the time of the 1800s, the technological world has grown immensely. In fact, you would be extremely fascinated with how far it has come. For starters, the process in which we generate mathematical calculations has developed into much simpler methods. Today, we have handheld devices called calculators to do practically any calculation we are in need of in just seconds. This invention has assisted all people in not only the production of calculations, but gives aid in their everyday lives as well. The calculator is not the only invention to change mathematics and education, however. There are many more devices created as well. Two technologically advanced products were manufactured for the purposes of both entertainment and education. These devices are called smartphones or smart devices, depending on which is being used. Smartphones are able to do a significant amount of things while being only about the size of the hand or slightly larger. They are able to contact others, visually speak to others while in two completely different places, send messages in seconds, do calculations, answer practically any question, and help manage documents, all on the touch of a button. Although that may seem like an extensive amount of commands for one device to take, that is only a simplified list of its abilities. There is an infinite amount of things these devices are able to do. The additional smart devices features are extremely similar to that of the phone, without the calls and messaging. Although these devices tend to be much larger in size and are mainly used for the purpose of education, not the purpose of entertainment. Those two groups of devices were created quite recently, but that does not mean that they are the only advancements in technology of the 21st century. Operating systems, called computers, also have abilities that were first developed in the late 1900s and are continually used today. By using this system, we are able to create documents, send messages and letters, and search for practically any answer in seconds. With the accessibility to a computer, we are able to do many of the things you were able to do during your own time period, but significantly faster and more reliably. Since your time, Ada, this world we live in has changed immensely, and science and mathematics have changed even more. Your contribution began this revolution. You questioned and insisted that the ability of technology had not yet reached its full potential, and you were right. Ada, you were able to capture the attention of mathematicians and engineers all around the world and have made them think about many things they may not have before. The questions you asked and the theories you created were meant to be proven. Although it took many years to happen, science and technology have slowly but surely been answering and proving them. The abilities of technology are truly something special thanks to you. Sincerely yours, Nicole.
Hi, I'm Caroline Curtis. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I am 16 years old. Dear Ada Lovelace, firstly, I'd like to say how impressed I am by you. Your mind seems like it was much more advanced than the minds of many men in your lifetime. I have read a lot about you, and your work is incredible. I could never think as deeply or as complexly as you have. It's no wonder Mr. Babbage was so enthralled by you. You were extraordinarily intelligent compared to the average woman or even man in the 1800s. Congratulations on the publication of your notes. They pretty much changed the whole world. I'm not sure if you realize just how much your discoveries, theories, and algorithms would change the world when you made them. Sometime after your death, scientists figured out how to harness the energy demonstrated in things like lightning, or the sparks caused by rubbing two pieces of cloth together. After years of using this energy, called electricity, to power things, the time came when it powered a different kind of machine. This machine, called a computer because of its computing abilities, was inspired and influenced by Babbage's difference in analytical engines, as well as your work on those engines. Computers slowly developed. They began as huge machines that filled entire rooms. These machines were able to compute various things in a matter of minutes. Now, we have computers smaller than our hands that can compute incredibly difficult tasks in seconds. Computers have come a long way since you and Charles Babbage speculated about them in the 1800s. I actually used a computer to write this very letter to you. I don't know how you would like computers today. You had very high aspirations for both machines that you worked on. Some computers today work on difficult math problems or decipher codes or transmit important information from one person to another. All of these things are very important, and I'm sure you would approve. Computers can be used to send messages in the blink of an eye. They can be used to calculate numbers and problems that are pretty much impossible for the human brain to solve. Computers have many important uses in our lives today. The computer has opened up the world to us in many ways. We can understand more of the Earth's processes now by logging data and calculating it on computers. However, it's much bigger than that. Computers have given the majority of people on Earth the ability to communicate with one another from any location. People can send letters from one computer to another and talk to one another. You don't have to know someone to talk with them either. Lots of times, there are discussions that people all over the world join in to share their ideas. Thank you for all of your work on computers. I know you didn't live to see how it turned out, but I hope you know you changed many people's lives. Sincerely, Caroline Curtis.